Meanwhile, local law enforcement agencies, they are on stepped-up alert after an FBI memo warning of possible violent protests at all 50 state capitals. Here in Georgia, at the Capitol building, a temporary barrier has been erected while construction on a previously planned fence continues. Street parking now is blocked off, and a large contingent of Georgia State Patrol vehicles is stationed around the Gold Dome. The FBI here in Atlanta has not reported if any threats have been made specifically to the Georgia State Capitol. In a statement, the agency says it is concentrating on identifying, investigating, and disrupting people intent on violence and illegal activity. Our focus is not on peaceful protests, they write, but on those threatening their safety and the safety of other citizens with violence and destruction of property. Today, Governor Kemp reassured Georgians that the threat level against the state capitol is low, but that the National Guard and other law enforcement agencies are now monitoring the situation.